Chapter 5: Repopulating the Earth. There are several possible scenarios of how the 144,000 will increase the population of perfect people to the final number of 1,008,000,000. The future is not known definitely except by the 24 elders, but it's not difficult to see that one of several scenarios will happen. One such scenario is as follows. Initially, there will be a few people among the 144,000 elect who are on earth right now who will be the first to resurrect, while still living, into the perfect ancient bodies that are in the pyramid temple. Then, soon after that, we may see the appearance of the Antichrist, followed by the appearance of the extraterrestrials to perform their rapture scheme. That will be followed by the arrival of Yahweh, who will rule the earth from that point on until the end of the 7,000-year period of the existence of the non Blacks. By then, there will be 12 major communities of Black people who will be living all over the world. The communities will vary in size. Some will have about 14,000 people, which is the minimum necessary to form a town or city. Others will have many, many more, upwards of 100,000 people, all living together and supporting one another. Regardless of the size of the communities, each one will have a core of 12,000 people who are part of the 144,000. These 12,000 in each one of the 12 communities will be surrounded by people who are not part of the 144,000, but who will be glad to be helping the core to rebuild the society of the Black nation. There will not be any jealousies or envy about being or not being a part of the 144,000, as by people by then will be aware of the mission of the 144,000, which is to repopulate the earth with the new types of people. They will be aware that even though they will not be physically resurrected into those ancient bodies like the 144,000 elect, they nevertheless will incarnate into those bodies after they pass on and when new people are born. And so they will do all that is required of them to facilitate the mission of the 144,000. The organization of these communities of self reliant Black people began some decades ago and will continue through the year 2012 and beyond until the total number of elect reaches the minimum of 144,000. So when the major events and appearances outlined above take place, even though the majority of Black people will still be, for the most part, in a state of self forgetfulness, the 144,000, on the other hand, will be mentally wide awake and socially and economically separated from the world of the non Black races. It is expected that four of these communities will be located in the United States, in the south, east, central, and western parts of the country. In addition to the four in the US, there will be two more, one in South America, most likely Brazil, and another one in the islands, either Haiti or Jamaica. That will make a total of six communities in the West. There will be four in Africa, one in Israel, and one in India. These communities will begin to have the ancient languages and customs resurrected in their minds. The major catalyst for their cultural reawakening will be the resurrected judges mentioned before, who will travel all over the world to these communities and initiate them into the ancient languages as well as the culture and science. The initiation of the rest of the 144,000 will begin prior to the arrival of Yahweh. That will prepare them to help as many Black people as possible to get through the trying times that are soon to come with the appearance of the Antichrist. As the rest of the 144,000 approach the time of their own physical resurrection, they will apply the ancient sciences to prepare their lands. They will produce new plants and animals and make dramatic transformations to the lands they live on. Soon thereafter, when their lands are ready and their new animals and plants have increased, the rest of them will begin to undergo physical conscious resurrection while still living in their present bodies and continue to do so until the number of judges reaches the total of 144,000. At that point, when all 144,000 are resurrected and present on earth, having been joined by the ancients who resurrected in the old days, such as the Mahdis and their old soulmates, they will be in a position to work more effectively in soulmate pairs. Each judge of the newly resurrected will find his or her soulmate. They will begin to have children in order to start repopulating the earth with perfect people. Of the several possible scenarios as to how the population numbers will increase, I will choose one that I think is most likely. As I stated before, only the elders know the future in all its details and know how the repopulation process will unfold. But whichever scenario will come about, the end result will be the same. So the particular scenario itself is not the critical thing, but rather the fact that when the year 2914 comes around, exactly 7,000 years since the full appearance of the non Black races, the entire Black population will again have regained their natural perfect bodies, which we had lost in order to experience this cycle, which is winding down to an end. Year 2050 will see all 140,000 resurrected in perfect bodies being the judges. The 144,000, 72,000 soulmates will give birth to an average of 4 children per family over a 6 to 10 year period until around the year 2060. So the total number of children in perfect bodies in the year 2060 will be 72,000 families times 4 children per family equals 208,000 children. Note, again, the 4 children per family number does not mean that each and every family will have exactly 4 children. That is unnatural, and I would even go as far as to say it would be an impossible thing to orchestrate. What it means is that when all the children are counted, their number will be about 288,000. And since there are 144,000 judges or 72,000 married couples, then that averages to 4 children per family. In reality, some families will have only one child, while others will have three, four, six, etc., depending on their destiny. So if one were to take a census in 2060 and count all the children and families, their numbers would yield that average of 4 children per family. To continue, in the year 2060, the total population in perfect bodies, not counting the elders in chief, will approximately be 432,000, with 288 children plus 144,000 judges. So after about 20 years, around the year 2080, when the children have grown and found their soulmates, making 144,000 couples, they too will give birth to 4 children per family, say over a period of 10 years. The number of children will then be 144,000 couples times 4 children per couple, equaling to be 576,000 children. So by the year 2090, the total population will be 1,008,000 people, with the 144,000 judges being grandparents. The 576,000 children, or 288,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age around the year 2110 through 2120. That is 288,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 1,152,000 children. So then by the year 2120, the total population will be 2,160,000 people, with the judges being great grandparents. The 1,152,000 children, or 576,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age, around the year 2140 through 2150. That is 576,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 2,304,000 children. So by the year 2150, the total population will then be 4,464,000 people, with the judges being great great grandparents. The 2,304,000 children, or 1,152,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age, around the year 2170 through 2180. That is 1,152,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 4,608,000 children. So by the year 2180, the total population will then be 9,072,000 people, with the judges being great 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 grandparents. And the 4,608,000 children, or 2,304,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age, around the year 2200 through 2210. That is 2,304,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 9,216,000 children. So by the year 2210, the total population will then be 18,288,000 people, with the judges being great-great-great-great-grandparents. The 9,216,000 children, or 4,608,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age, around the year 2230 through 2240. That is 4,608,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 18,432,000 children. So by the year 2240, the total population will be 36,720,000 people, with the judges being great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. The 18,432,000 children, or 9,216,000 couples, will have 4 children each at about 20 years of age, around the year 2260 through 2270. That is 9,216,000 couples times 4 children per family, equating to 36,864,000 children. So by the year 2270, the total population will then be 73,584,000 people, with the judges being great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. At this point, the population is approaching the 144 million people. The judges decide that the average number of children per family will be reduced from 4 to about 3.8 per family. So around the years 2290 to 2300, the number born will be 8,432,000 couples times approximately 3.8 children per couple, equating to 70,416,000 children. So by the year 2300, the total population will be 144 million people, with the 144,000 judges being great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. The judges at this point have been resurrected for more than 250 years, and their oldest children are about 250 years old. A few Black people are still incarnating in these modern bodies we have now because there are not yet enough ancient type bodies. Now, the average number of children per family is reduced again to its final and permanent level of 2 children per family. So the year 2300, the population is 144 million. Years 2320 to 2330, the population doubles to 288 million. Years 2350 to 2360, the population triples to 432 million. Years 2380 to 2390, the population is fourfold, or 576 million. Years 2410 to 2420, the population is fivefold, or 720 million. Years 2440 to 2450, the population is sixfold, or 864 million. Then the years 2490 to 2480, the population is sevenfold, or 1,008,000,000. So around the year 2480, the population reaches its maximum of 1,008,000,000. The world of the modern type Black people will then come to an end, as all Black people will now be incarnated in the ancient type bodies. Only the non-Blacks will be left under Yahweh's rule. At that time, the judges have been resurrected now for over 430 years, and their oldest children are about 430 years old. The judges are great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. In other words, there are 16 generations of perfect people living at the same time on Earth. The judges have completed their mission of ushering in the full population of 1,008,000,000 perfect people and have been alive for over 430 years since their resurrection, in addition to the thousands of years they lived before they laid down their bodies. Remember that the judges are full gods. They completed the 7 great rituals of the Black nation long, long, long ago before they laid down their bodies in the temple of resurrection. During these 430 plus years of repopulating the earth, they will be teaching and leading the people as full gods. That is what the physical resurrection of the 144,000 so-called elect really means. It means to resurrect from being a man or woman to being a god or goddess. When they resurrect, they will recognize that they are full gods. Many people who will still be in our present types of bodies will see living gods in their in the flesh walking on earth. They will literally be two different worlds existing side by side. The world of ordinary people with present type bodies, who will be decreasing in number, who will be ruled by Yahweh until the year 2914. They will be living right next to the world of gods, increasing in number, led by the 144,000 judges. They will lead, teach, and initiate people as full gods, as they used to do in their ancient perfect society.